I already told you, I understand. Yes. I'm starting to feel exhausted. I casually hold the cell phone with one hand while I trudge up and down the street. Tsubaki seems to fear that something is out of place. She's been staring at me for a while now. I have to pick a good time and end the call. Then, what was that? A dull impact to my shoulder. My restless pacing has managed to crash me right into a pedestrian. The phone had slipped out of my hand and landed near Tsubaki's feet. She picked it up. Tsubaki didn't have any bad intentions, but she couldn't help but hear the screams of anger coming from the receiver. Tsubaki froze. Who's that? Even though I've grown accustomed to hearing this insane voice of pure hysteria, it must have come as a shock to Tsubaki. Terrified, Tsubaki passed the phone back to me. Holy shit. A woman's voice. One always full of resentment and sadness. Could it be that this is his mother? You know, he spoke to his mother on the phone before. No, she's not a friend. Tsubaki must be so scared that she's panicking. I can't blame her. I immediately hung up. Looks like she thinks that I have a vengeful ex. In order to calm Tsubaki down, I pressed her against the wall. Don't make such a fuss. It's not like that at all. My threatening glare made Tsubaki even more tense. Out of her mind? All my strength with nowhere else to go concentrated in my arm. Sorry. That was Mom. Oh, it was his mother. I said that was my mother. Tsubaki was dumbfounded. Her face screamed disbelief. A person who grew up in such a happy environment could never believe that such a mother exists in this world. Mom went through a lot, so she's just a bit more talkative than she used to be, that's all. She's a bit lonely, I suppose. I'm with my foster father and living far away from her. She's just a bit tired, okay? It's all my fault. Mom was reduced to this because I was poor and weak. At that precise moment, I suddenly woke up. A breath escaped my lips like waking up from a nightmare. What am I doing? Tsubaki's eyes. I've felt that stare many times before. That stare riddled with obnoxious, worthless affection, sympathy. Yeah, I did mention it. It couldn't be helped. The words that slipped out of my mouth harshly contradicted the raging emotions inside my heart. In the depths of my being, ugly and distorted darkness moved restlessly, accumulating, gathering. The truth is, it was a shock to me. I didn't want Tsubaki to know. I had believed that even if she did find out, Tsubaki, that kind Tsubaki, would not pity me. My belief in her was something purely of my own creation, and thus the betrayal I felt at having my expectations violated was no different. It's quite childish, I know, but Tsubaki isn't much better. In the end, even though Tsubaki says she wants the whole world to be happy, when it comes to a person like me, she has no idea what she should do. There is no way she could possibly understand. Pity is the one thing we do not want. The best cure of our pitiful hearts is the superiority one feels when one has money and power. Shouldn't I be telling her that? Tsubaki didn't know what to do. She hesitated for a while, blinked a few times, and finally thought of what she wanted to say.
私がいるよ。何の役にも立てないかもしれないけれど、私も、私のお父さんもお母さんも弟たちもみんな京介くんの味方だよ。
Every panicky sentence, every word provoked the nerves in my ears. All the feelings I had for Tsubaki until now, like a flipped card, suddenly faced a different direction. Right, thank you. I gently lowered my head. Hundreds of times, thousands of times, I forced myself to bow to others, but this time, for some reason, is unbelievably vivid in my memory. Slowly, Tsubaki cradled my head with her hands.
京介くん、好きだよ。
I love you too. There is no question that I've fallen for her. Tsubaki has filled my heart. And you are not useless.
そうかな。そう言ってもらえると嬉しいよ。
Yeah. Hidden by my bangs, I closed my eyes. I've decided. I'll let you be of use to me. What does he mean? Wandering through the central district until nightfall, I brought Tsubaki to my apartment. She had originally wanted to go home, but obediently agreed to stay after I asked her. The moment I took off my jacket, I pulled her into my embrace. Tsubaki was surprised and her body stiffened, but that was only for a moment. She immediately started making fawning noises and leaned toward me without a scintilla of doubt. Tsubaki blushed as I started to remove her clothing piece by piece. It was a time to cut again. Her eyes followed my hands as they moved over her body. Even when I touched her underwear, Tsubaki's reaction didn't change. She trusts me. That's the only possible reason. Well, I guess it's time to cut again, so I'll see you in a second. And we are back. After we were finished, I whispered into Tsubaki's ear. That was sudden. Were you scared?
ちょっとね。
Her cheek was red from embarrassment, but her expression was relaxed. You didn't dislike it though, right?
京介くんになら何されてもいいよ。
Without thinking twice, she threw out a proclamation that made my neck itch. The obedient Tsubaki. I don't know why, but she fell for me. The only reason she can follow me and spill out her heart like this must be that she only saw the school me. There's a question I want to ask you.
何かな。
After everything, did you end up contacting the police?
警察に誘拐のこと
I nodded.
してないよ。やっぱりした方がいいかな。ちょっと怖くて。
Will you never forgive the kidnapper?
え
Do you hate the kidnapper? Tsubaki went silent and her eyes wandered away from me.
どうかな。正直許せないっていうほどじゃないと思う。
Really? You're too good of a person. In that case, it would be better if the police weren't involved. If the police come, there'd be a whole horde of interrogations, and your family would be unstable again. And I don't think this guy is someone who would be caught so easily either.
お父さんも特にそのことは何にも言わないし。
Well then, let's go into the main topic now. If anything happens from now on, you have to remember to contact me.
もちろんそのつもりだよ。
You wouldn't want to bug the police with some insignificant thing and have them dig up the kidnapping incident, would you?
ちょっとしたこと
Yeah, for instance, well, has your father mentioned anything about calling the police recently?
うん。
Tsubaki wrinkled her forehead.
うちを出てってほしいって言われてた時かな。よく知らない人が訪ねてきてて、お父さんも迷惑してたから。
So your father was really thinking about calling the police?
どうだろう。
If he decides that's what he'll do, you have to stall long enough for me to get there.
そうだね。誘拐事件の犯人がどこかでまだ私たちを見張ってるかもしれないしね。ちょっとしたことで警察を頼ったりしたら犯人が怒るかも。
Tsubaki suddenly became scared. I felt content for the moment. She held no suspicion over what I said. Things are going to get busy from tomorrow on, so I might not be able to go to school.
そうなんだ。会えなくなる？
We will. I'll just come over in the evening.
嬉しいな。
I have to start the final preparations tomorrow. There's no time to think things over and be picky here. I'll have to use dirty, violent methods and force them to move out. Gonzo's people will be on the outside and I'll be on the inside. For that I must make Tsubaki my possession. I flashed a false smile. Oh yeah, aren't you the class representative?
どうしたの急に。
Nothing, it just looks like a really tough role.
そうでもないよ。
How about you give it up?
どうして？
No particular reason, just don't you think you've wasted enough time on useless things like that?
うん。
Weren't you the class representative the past couple of years too? People usually hate the job. Tsubaki just laughed.
誰かがやらなきゃいけないことだしね。
Resign. I spoke sharply. I want you to be with me more and more from today on. Once again, she snuggled into my embrace. I think I understand how a gigolo feels. I need some help from you for my job, but more importantly, I want to be able to spend some quality time with you. Even though she's still hesitant, she smiled weakly.
なら、今度からは立候補しないよ。
Really? Thanks, and, sorry.
いいんだよ。京介くんがそう言うんなら。
Her mouth may be saying that, but her heart must be wavering. I'll corrupt you little by little, Tsubaki. Okay, let's call it quits for today. I'll bring you home. Tsubaki latched onto my arms happily. Kyosuke is such a bastard. The wind was quite strong as we made our way back. We walked closer than usual, and I walked her right to her doorstep. The sound of her family floated out the moment she opened the door. Such things are wonderful. Isn't simply having a home and family good enough for a person to be happy? How bad can it be to move a few miles down the road? On the way back I called a taxi, which was extremely rare for me. On the back seat of the vehicle I took out myself. I made the necessary calls to orchestrate the harassment of Tsubaki's family tomorrow. The moment I arrived at the house, Tsubaki's family ushered me in.
だいぶうちに馴染んできたね。
As always, Tsubaki's family greeted me enthusiastically. Is that what you prefer?
椿もさっそうと君のコートを預かるだろ
お兄ちゃん、ゲームありがと
I bought it yesterday and gave it to Tsubaki.
う。どうする？先にお風呂入る？
No, I just want to zone out for a bit.
じゃあくつろいでて。ひろあき、お兄ちゃんにお茶持ってって。
The kids have no reservations around strangers and treat me like family. They're fighting amongst themselves for the privilege of helping me. Just as the second oldest daughter, Sae, was asking me a question about princesses, the doorbell rang. What, a question about princesses?
誰だろう農協の人かな
Tsubaki's father went outside. I'm the only one who knows the true identity of our visitors tonight. A princess is a person who was born into happiness. As I answered her mechanically, Tsubaki's father came back into the living room.
京介くんまただよ
He seemed worn out from all the stress. Again? He suddenly complained to me. This reaffirms the fact that I've gained his trust.
最近来ないと思って油断してたよ連中はどうしてもこの家を出て行ってほしいらしい
Ah, is it that real estate company again?
いやあれはどう見てもそっち系の人だね星は低かったけどただの営業マンにしては随分とごつい体をしてたよ
That's because I handpicked the lot of them for their intimidation factor. What did they say?
うちのせいでみんなが迷惑してるって工事が進まないってな
Well, there's some truth in that statement.
だからといって僕らが出ていかなきゃならない義務はない
Perhaps I offended him as Tsubaki's father left the room.
どうしたの？
Apparently someone is asking you to move again.
また？
The construction has already progressed a lot and your family is probably the only one who has refused to move.
それはなんとなく知ってたよ。ご近所さんも最近見なくなったし。
Hmm.
やだな。せっかく誘拐事件も終わって お父さんが頑張ってうちを守ってくれたのに。どうしたの？
Children read adults' thoughts better than they do books.
なんでもないよ。
Tsubaki immediately plastered on a smile to hide her emotion.
お家引っ越すの？大丈夫だよ。僕やだよ。お引っ越ししたら保育園のお友達とバイバイだよ。だから大丈夫だって。本当？じゃあ何のお話してたの？さっき誰が来たの？
Hiroaki interrogated Tsubaki with a dissatisfied expression. Tsubaki transparently had an epiphany and made up an excuse.
さっきはね、京介くんと暮らすんならどこに住もうかっていうお話してたの。お家に来たのはサンタさんじゃないかな。
What?
サンタさん？まだクリスマスじゃないよ。たまに早く来ることもあるんだよ。ほら、昨日お兄ちゃんがゲームくれたでしょ。だからサンタさんがちょっと焼きもち焼いちゃったの。
Her lie made me shiver. Still, Tsubaki's brother is her brother after all. He swallowed it without a shred of doubt.
そっか。サンタさん僕が勝手にプレゼントもらったから怒ったのかな。だからすぐお兄ちゃんに物をねだっちゃダメなんだよ。いい子にしてたらクリスマスもちゃんともらえるからね。はーい。
Satisfied, Hiroaki trotted into the kids' room. Look here now. I glanced at Tsubaki, half smiling.
ごめんね。わけわかんないこと言って。
Don't worry about it.
弟たちに余計な不安をかけさせたくないの。
I understand. Her eyes gave off the impression that she was deeply resolved. The house phone rang. No, I should say that I made it ring.
もしもし、三輪で。
Tsubaki's expression grew dismal as she gripped the receiver. Vulgar, tasteless condemnations poured from the phone. It was loud enough to deafen someone. Get out! Get the fuck out of that shithole you live in! Do you get what will happen to you if you don't? Hey, are you listening, you fucking rats? I listened calmly from the side, as it didn't really affect me much, but to Tsubaki, who was listening to it directly, it must have been terrifying.
やめてください。
She managed to stand firm against criticism, which she had never experienced before.
すみません。何のお話ですか？
Her face was turning green from being forced to recognize that such violent malice exists in this world.
いえ、
It's almost time. I slowly reached out and cut the call short. As if a thread of tension had been cut, Tsubaki sighed and sat down right there. With empty eyes, Tsubaki did her best to get a grasp on the misfortune that had befallen her. Well, it's a natural reaction, I suppose. This is simply too harsh a hit for Tsubaki, who had an isolated, warm, sheltered existence until now. Even so, this is heaven compared to the calls that I got when I was young. Sorry, Tsubaki. All of this is for our brilliant future. Don't you want everyone to be happy?
椿、どうした？
お父さん。
No matter how you look at it, selling this house and moving out is the best choice. Both my client and I will be happy. Tsubaki's family will also receive a huge sum of money in compensation. Didn't you say you can make memories anywhere? Tsubaki suddenly lowered her head. It was probably such a shock that she couldn't even exert the strength to talk.
椿？椿？
Things are progressing according to plan. The same thing happened to my mother. To parents, nothing is more important than their children.
椿？
After getting a glimpse of his precious daughter's terrified expression, Tsubaki's father would eventually change his attitude. Or at least I thought that's how it'd go.
ごめん。ちょっと転んだだけだよ。
Tsubaki lifted her face, her usual radiant smile permeating the room. Wait, what about the call just now?
なんでもないよ。
How can you say that? Your face was so pale.
何が？
I was speechless. That pale face had already become flush again. Her expression even showed signs of leisure. She turned to her father.
お父さん、お風呂入る？
大丈夫なのか？何の電話だったんだ？
お友達からの電話だったよ。
友達？お前、携帯電話持ってるだろ。
中学校の時からのお友達。まだ携帯の番号を教えてなくてね。
本当か？
え？どうして？
いや、
Tsubaki's father was confused.
そうか。まあ、椿が嘘をつくわけがないしな。
ずっと前、餃子の中にお父さんの嫌いなチーズ入れた時は黙ってたけどね。
てっきりヤクザモンからの電話かと思ったんだよ。何にもないならいいか。
そうだよ。私何かあったらいつもお父さんに相談してるよ。
ああ。
Tsubaki's father seemed to be satisfied with his daughter's attitude as he smiled on the way back to his room. I stared at Tsubaki. Hey, don't push yourself too hard. She shook her head.
無理はしてないよ。
Tsubaki's smile was making my hair stand on end. You are pushing yourself, telling such a transparent lie. Tsubaki's father is so off to blame, I guess. What with him actually believing it?
ごめんね。京介くんには分かっちゃうよね。
Sure did. That was another call from people after your land, wasn't it?
でも、お父さんにはなるべく黙っていたいの。繊細で傷つきやすいところあるから。
Don't be stupid. You should talk about this kind of problem with others. Oh, what am I trying to say? I chose my words as carefully as I could. Isn't that what family's for? At that, Tsubaki's face was pulled tight, a rare sight.
それは違うと思うな。
Why? Shouldn't family carry their burdens together? Even though I'm the one who said it, it feels warped.
ごめんね。なんだろう。私はお父さんやひろあきたちが無駄に悩んだり苦しんだりするのが嫌なの。
But aren't you in pain like this?
私は全然平気だよ。
You don't have to pretend to be strong in front of me, you know.
本当に大丈夫なんだよ。
Just what is she, this unbelievable woman? The things you do seem hypocritical. Your dad will just be even more worried if he finds out that you've been hiding this from him.
偽善っていうの？
Kind of. In the end, you just picked the scenario that would make you feel the best. Tsubaki seems to have made up her mind.
そうだね。その通りだけど、私はみんながいつも笑っていてくれればいいなと思ってるだけ。
I knew there was something up with this woman. The darkness in my heart slowly erased its sickle-shaped claws. Even though she's terrified, she claims she's enduring it herself for the sake of others. The only thing here is self-satisfaction. Well, do whatever you want. I threw down this sentence.
ごめんね、京介くん。
For what?
ごめん。
Tsubaki didn't answer my question.
お兄ちゃんお風呂。
Hiroaki suddenly appeared. Taking a bath with me has become a daily routine for him.
着替え用意しとくね。
Okay. While changing, I thought about Tsubaki. I have to peel off her mask. Anyone will bow before the pressure of money. I will make them move out. After getting out of the bathroom, I joined Tsubaki's family in the living room. They were gathered together there as usual.
京介くんもみかん食べる？美味しいよ。
Everyone was bundled close to the heater and happily watching TV. A spot had been saved for me. What a friendly family.
京介くんって勉強してる時間あるの？
Not really.
学園休んでる時はノート貸してあげるね。
I don't really need them.
私もテレビ出たいよ。
Sai pointed at the TV. On the screen, some sort of children's quiz show was airing.
ねえお姉ちゃん、テレビだよ。私はやだな。京介くんは？
I definitely don't want to. Didn't I say that I don't like to attract attention? Maybe I was too harsh. Tsubaki averted her eyes apologetically.
ん？
Tsubaki's gaze shot toward the window.
何の音だ？騒がしいな。
なんだろ
The noise was loud enough to make you want to pluck your ears.
この辺りは暴走族も通らないはずだけど。
The men were needlessly gunning their engines and filling the air with explosive screaming. There would be Yakuza. Even within biker gangs, men with enough promise have the chance to be personally scouted.
う。ねえ、どうしたの？何の音？
The children collectively looked at their parents and Tsubaki. The noise got louder and louder, reaching a climax near Tsubaki's house. I stood by the window, keeping an eye on the situation outside. They've parked in front of the door. An immense cacophony of horns, blasting vulgar dissonance, rushed into the house.
お姉ちゃん、何なの？
Tsubaki slowly explained to her frightened brother.
あれはね、車の競争をしてるんだよ。競争？そう。誰が一番速いのか競争してるの。でも僕ん家の前に止まってるのはどうして？ちょっとお休みしてるの。いっぱい走って疲れちゃったからね。うん。そうだね。
With Tsubaki's smile, no matter how outrageous the lie, anything can become truth for these children.
さあさあ、みんなでテレビ見ような。
Tsubaki's father began coordinating efforts with Tsubaki.
でもうるさいよ。
サエが泣くよりは静かだろう。
That made everyone laugh. Outside, people who didn't give a damn about other people's lives were trying to inflict as much damage to this family's spirits as possible. Yet even so, this family...
じゃあ、みんなで外の音楽に乗せて歌う？
The...
僕を歌うまいよ。この前先生にね、褒められたの。
After Hiroaki spoke, the room rang out with cries of "Me too, me too!" On the other hand, I, as an outsider, was trying hard to keep myself from clicking my tongue.
京介くんも歌う？
Haha, I'll pass. It's alright, I've still got time for now. They can't lie to the children forever. With the unstoppable march of time, Tsubaki and her father's troubles will magnify. Still, I'm running out of time as well. As I suspected, I'll have to force Tsubaki to submit to me.